The prohibition of free time. As you know, one of the most important tenets of this channel is to talk about how our time is stolen. I'm about to present to you a scene that I've been wanting to share since the movie came out on DVD from The Time Machine. And this is a deleted scene from The Time Machine. And when you see this, you'll say, why was this removed from the film? To me, it's the best part of the movie. And it wasn't even in the movie. This deleted scene, well, I'll just let it play for itself and I'll provide some insight at the end. The part I want you to focus on is how the dean is furious that Guy Pearce would invent a microwave oven that should liberate people from having to spend hours cooking, because he says, what do you propose people should do with all this time? And the other thing is it shows some kind of a solar-powered device as well. Sorry for interrupting, but you're seeing the dean see all of the mathematical equations that Guy Pearce had, and he's developing and sharing with the students, enlightening them how to create devices that give people more time, and he's not liking it.
Professor Hardigan?
Yes, Loman.
Professor, might I be excused from today's class?
Why would you want that?
Well, since the course description said absolutely nothing about frostbite, I assume today's lesson won't be on the final.
Mr. Loman, as I watch you speak, I find myself not so much listening to your words as noticing a certain mist escaping your mouth. What is that?
My breath?
Yes. Why am I seeing it?
Because we had a little nip before class.
Besides that, we are seeing a differential. We would all agree that Mr. Loman is full of hot air, correct?
And as that hot air meets the cold air of this fine afternoon, the moisture in Mr. Loman's hot air condenses, which we all experience, which we can all then see as breath. Hot, cold, light, dark, emotion, intellect. The universe runs on the collision of such forces, as we shall see. Gather round.
What is it? A windmill?
Not hardly. This device, which is called a reverse radiometer, sits motionless, sealed and protected from the wind, and yet when exposed to the light of the sun,
Could we maybe watch the universal collision of forces from inside?
Patience, Mr. Loman. Time is your friend.
So long as you have enough of it.
The differential between the two sides of the blades translates to
Kinetic energy.
Yes. The black rudder's absorbing the sun's power, the white rudder's reflecting it back, propelling the blade forward, creating the kinetic from the stagnant. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Class dismissed.
Dr. Hardigan, it seems you're creating a classroom full of windmill tilters.
I can only hope so.
And here I thought that students came to Columbia University for a formal education.
Well, it's really just a lesson in fundamental mechanics, sir.
I'm not here to talk about teaching. I've been evaluating those articles published recently by our faculty. Oddly enough, I came across a distinguished scientific journal which somehow has eluded me until now. Now, beyond the fascinating cover story, there are several articles in here that I found quite interesting. Here. Submitted by one Alexander Hardigan, Columbia University, a proposal for the generation of micro-energy waves for household power.
Well, we all know that radiant energy exists at frequencies higher than what we can recognize. What if we could harness those microwaves? The time of the simplest of chores could be dramatically reduced. We could cook a turkey in, say, 10 minutes.
Amazing. And what would you suggest the cooks and housewives of the world do with all that extra time? And this one, duration as a four-dimensional solid, a theoretical model for time travel.
All these things are possible, sir.
Not in this world. Just do your job, Doctor.
But my job, sir, is not just to make my students see the world they live in. It's to make them look up and say, what if?
Doctor, since you're so fond of speculation, I'll present you a final what if that I hope you'll seriously consider. What if a bright young man with a great future ahead of him throws it all away? Have I made myself understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Your windmill's stopped.
What's fitting is that it's a conspiracy that this scene was removed. It's almost like the Dean character removed this scene so that the majority of people would be unaware of these thoughts. I love movies that have scenes of teaching physics or anything enlightening classes, well filmed. But man, it kills me to see Guy Pearce lose to the Dean like that, and the Dean threaten his job because he's trying to give the students a great education. There was a short period of time where I was a substitute teacher, and I made sure to give everything I knew to the kids, and they were loving it. They were like, I've been waiting my whole life for this kind of thing. And I used to tell them, man, you need to force your teachers to teach you. But in this case, in the movie, the Dean did not want the microwave to be released. What should all these cooks do with all this newfound free time and the time machine? He says, but all these things are possible. And the Dean said, not in this world. And if you like what ifs or philosophical statements, what if somebody threw their career away? And just as the Dean stole his inspiration and spirit, the solar power device stopped spinning. So this scene demonstrated that time travel is possible theoretically, that your time is being prohibited from having free time in abundance. And the third thing is the demonstration of a solar power device in what appears to be the 18th or early 19th century, or I'm sorry, the 19th century or the early 20th century. If you enjoyed the scene, let me know in the comments below. If you saw the time machine but didn't see it on DVD and were unaware of this deleted scene, let me know how you feel about that. Like, how does it feel knowing this scene, which to me is very special and very touching to my life, the things I'm trying to do. Like, I completely identify with the Guy Pearce character, his teaching style, his passion for knowledge and to share it. So it means a lot more to me. I don't know if it means the same to you, but let me know how you feel about this scene. I'll try to find a link to this scene online somewhere so you can watch it without me talking over it. So there'll be a link in the description box. As always, I thank you for watching, participating in this conversation, all of us learning together. I wish I could do more movie analysis, but everything gets blocked on YouTube. Since this was a deleted scene from a DVD, it didn't get blocked. So if you know of a way so I could get past these censors, I could do a lot more movie analysis. But until I figure out a way around these censors, it becomes very time consuming trying to trick the game. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you next time.